Okay, I have all of our notes for our super fun Let's Go leadership group. Have you guys there's no right or wrong answer. I just really am curious. Have you guys had conversations with any of your incentive people or team members, even if they're not in the incentive group, like one-to-ones?
Yes.
Yes.
How did they go? How are you feeling about them? Or
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Michelle.
Angel's gung-ho. She's on it. She's definitely reaching out to her team members. Our other rock star, Terry, we're trying to get her. I don't think we have to get her excited. She's very excited.
Terry Ryan?
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, she's killing it. So anyways, yeah, we're working on that. I'm working on 2 of my newest ones. Some of them are just wanting to join for the benefits of Sensi, and that's fine, but I'm reaching out there to them all.
Yay. Michelle, what does that feeling do to you? Doesn't that, when you have a team member that's lit up like Angel and
Yes.
Terry?
Mm-hmm. It's finally, it's nice because I haven't been able to share this excitement really. I mean, Angel's a friend of mine, but she's seen it with me, and Terry's new, and I've actually met her a few times now, but yeah, it's definitely finally like somebody's clicking. This is awesome. Yeah. To share it.
Well, and to play off of your share last week when you were talking, I mean, it was real. And I'm glad that you shared it because we want M&Ms to be that place. There will never be judgment on our end because the chances of what you're experiencing are so real that others are. They just weren't brave enough or won't be. So you got to share because otherwise we don't know.
No.
But, oh, shoot. Then I got all discombobulated with my thought that was so real. Angel excited.
One-to-one talks with our team members.
One-to-one. Yeah, it made me think when you triggered a share. Oh, I got it. Woo! So it made me go back to the statistics from our first 7 or 8 years, and this was true. 1 in 20 of our personal new team members, our frontline, grow their business.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so if we look at it that way, you're doing a better because I mean, now you have 2. Right. But even if you have 1 in 40, it's just an average. 1 in 20 will be a leader. And so I went and looked, and I didn't do the math, but we have almost 17,000 people in our organization.
Wow.
We have 147 directors.
Wow.
What is that percentage?
And
I know it's hard not to go, whoa, 17,000. We don't get paid on all of them. That's not the point, but it's that number. We're always trying to look at percentages. And so now what Ken and I have done for the last 3 or 4 years, which is what we're going to be breaking down a little bit today, is we start breaking down our paid on generations and leadership numbers, because that to us is a more accurate average of what we can share with all of you guys to help you guys grow. So I love hearing that you have Angel and Tina. How about you, Bonnie? How are you feeling about your one-to-ones?
Well, Lindsay and I have talked quite a bit, and Lindsay is one that will push me. I don't have to push her. So she's got an online party tomorrow, which has been driving her crazy because she's such a little perfectionist, and she'll make it happen. It'll be great, and she'll do well. And believe me, she is a sponsoring machine, and she will sponsor. Rachel, the other one that I think has the potential, and I thought I had her convinced, we ride a precarious roller coaster with that girl. So
is she frontline to you, or is she?
No, she's Lindsay's. And
okay, good.
But still, she has such potential, and June was her first 2,000 PRV month. And she worked her buns off. So she kind of took a little bit of a vacay last month, which is tough because like I told her, I said, hey, we're starting in July. You need that 2,000 now every month. You've done it once. You know how to do it. Make it happen. Ask for referrals. You've got to grow, your family out there, the people that buy from you. I have a new gal that I think has the makings of being another Lindsay, and her name is Lisa. And she is a rock star. And she told me she did not want to lead, that she had been in businesses before where she was the manager and she didn't like really working with people. And I said, well, yes. And I said, well, here's the big difference is everybody that you're working with now on your team wants to be there. That's the big difference between working at UPS and telling people that really are sick and tired of working and tired and all of that. You know, they don't really want to be there, but now you're working with people that want to be there. So she has somebody in mind for joining. When I told her, she said, how many people do I need to have? And I said, you're probably looking at 5,000. And 5 people at least.
Just kidding.
Joined. And she said, oh, and I said, no, it's not that big a hill to climb. You can do it. She's back and forth to Cascade. She's taking care of some house. She's got a cabin or something up there. And she got an order for 4 diffusers from one, from one customer. And she's been in sales. She says, my husband used to say, hey, you go in places that say, we don't want anybody in here that's selling, what do you call it? No promote.
Soliciting?
No soliciting. And she said, he would say to me, but you go in anyway and you come out with these huge orders. And she goes, well, they don't have what I have to sell them. They need what I have. So she is of that mind. I think she wants to go on the trip. And I told her, I said, we need to get together again, or we need to have a good talk about filling out your tracker so you know what to do. Because when I told her, I said, hey, you came out number 2 on our team for PRV for the month of July. And she says, you know what? I'm very competitive. I want to take over that number 1 spot. And I said, you go for it.
Okay.
Girl. Yeah. Twist my arm.
But I love that analogy of comparing that to the difference with Cincy is you're working with people who want to be here. It's just like teaching and coaching. With teaching, we get to work with all the kids who have to be there, even though if you do it right, they want to be. Yeah. And then in coaching, they're dealing with everyone who absolutely wants to be there and they chose to be there. Yeah. That is such a great, I'm going to use that with Cincy because it really does make a difference on how you're dealing with and working with all of our family of team members. Yeah. Michelle, is Terry a frontline to you?
No, she is actually downline. So she's Angels.
Okay.
She's not Angels frontline. She's Angels downline.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason I ask is how often are you guys sharing the incentive group on your group or with your one-to-ones to remind people that they can come to this incentive group? And I'm thinking out loud with you guys. We kind of mentioned last time, don't you think we should probably cut off adding people probably into September?
Oh, I agree. Probably, I mean, yeah. I mean, we're sharing it. I'm talking to a few people, but they've already come out and said, I don't want to grow. I don't want to grow my team.
I'm not in it for that.
Yeah, they're not in it for that. So it's hard, but that's fine. That's fine. I want them to be honest. And I literally did. I reached out to all of my frontline, my leaders, and I said, this is what it is. And it was basically just Angel and I talking to ourselves and everybody was reading it. So
excellent.
Yep.
You got to keep putting in front of them.
Yeah.
I find it super hard to understand why they don't want to grow their business. I pull my hair out trying to figure it out. And then I realize, okay, you're interjecting your ideas onto them and that doesn't work. Most of my people are in it for just a hobby.
Yep.
Well, and see, that reminds me of raising kids too. I mean, a lot of people have a whole different belief system on discipline. They're disciplining their children, and it's hard for us not to interject on how we think they should discipline. And it really is the same thing with our businesses that we know. But honestly, when I think of that, Bonnie, it reminds me of my first 1.5 years, 2 years. That's the last thing I wanted to do. Cincy was like, I was always a teacher. Oh, and I sell Cincy because we've been there. And so, and then what now more than ever, it is so much about I love that you're doing that in front of them, Michelle. We got to keep blasting the fun and the pictures and the graphics and the interaction and that. We got to just keep doing it because something somehow, like it did for me, something bit me. And to me, it was the Broadmoor incentive trip. But there's going to be something like that because they have no idea what the potential is of this business. And with the one-to-ones that we've had this week, I honestly feel like we're doing a lot of posts about the incentive and still getting into the group and talking to the one-to-ones about entering the group and all that. And I'm still surprised at how many say, oh, we can add a team member. Oh, Ken's back from pickleball. Hi.
Can't talk about them anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to the recording, so be careful anyway.
But anyway, but I'm not sad with them not knowing that they can add people to the incentive group. To me, it made me realize that, oh my golly, okay, there's got to be something else to let everybody know how important it is that they can add people to this incentive group all the way till the end of September. So open to suggestions on that. And you don't have to, I mean, I don't know if you have a thought right now that you want to share.
Well, I think if we get a rock star October 1st or mid-October or whatever, we all know that $1,000, $2,000 a month, I mean, it can absolutely happen. So it's kind of, to me, we've got to look at the thermometer and see how high they're going and with their business and all. So I think it's somewhat fluid. I mean, we're saying the end of September probably, but we're still open to people that come on that really want to kick A.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Well, I mean, how we let them know now, what are some of the other fun shares that we can do? So my thought was maybe we have some of the people in the group chit chat a little bit more on our team pages, you know, maybe after week 2, because it's only been week 1.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, just so they can all, because they really didn't know. And I thought we were pounding, yes, you can add a team member. Don't think that you're the only one. But for as many didn't know that they could add one of their team members because they're just feeling like they're getting into their business, they didn't know that. So we'll come up with fun things like that. So I think what we'll do is let's finish talking about what we'll chat about tomorrow night, and then we'll go into the tracker that Ken created. So for tomorrow, we really want to go crazy with sponsoring, right?
Yes.
What do you picture tomorrow's conversation about sponsoring going? How do you picture it going down?
Well, I think they know the why we need to sponsor, because they obviously, hopefully, have seen that we have to have, 4,600 points for level 2 or 1?
I think it was level 1.
1, okay.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, if we, probably it's just good to say here's why we need to do it. And then we need to, I think, get into the house and break that down.
I'm wondering if you could have everybody, I don't know how many will be on the call, but it was a lot last time. If you could go around and say, how many sponsoring points do you need? And have everybody say.
That's
well,
true.
I need 46, I need 80, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe you have them say how confident they are of achieving that.
Yeah, how are they going to get it?
So maybe they say, well, I need 4,600 because I'm going for level 1. I have a very low confidence in achieving that. And the way I think my best way of achieving it is to do what? Or something like that. And complete this sentence. And then I think we can, hopefully everybody will see they're probably all in the same boat where they're all need to improve their level of confidence and their ability to sponsor if they're going to earn this thing, especially at level.
I think that's a great idea, Ken, because that will also give us some insight as to where we can help them best. Maybe we won't be right on it tomorrow night, but we will be for the following Sunday. So if they come out and say, I'm scared to death to talk to people, or they come out and say, I don't know anybody, or they come out and say, blah, 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 that will give us key points to cover this month still.
Well, I'd like to know that they have a sponsoring game plan, and I'm guessing I will be surprised if a lot of them have no clue.
Well, but so many of us are doing the one-to-ones, which there's nothing more powerful than that. Sure. Right. So just thinking, if there's like 20, 25 that were on last time, we won't have time to have them share that. But maybe if we said, hold up the number of points, so write it down really fast. Hold up how many points you need. So then we can, and then to focus on your team members, of course. And then maybe who would like to share in 3 words or less? Can you do, or 6 words? Let's say 6. There's something magical about 6 words. I read a book about it. I can't remember why. Anyway, in 6 words or less, how you feeling about it? And then anyone who wants to can share it.
You could do the same thing. You could say on one side of the paper, they hold up how many points they need. And then on the other side, low, medium, and high, L, M, and H.
We could go like that. Great. No, not good. And kind of.
Their confidence level in achieving that.
Show confidence level.
Yeah. So get their sense of their confidence level. And then call on a few people or have a handful of people share maybe how they think what are their best ways of how they're going to get their sponsoring points.
So on that, what we thought we would do is every Saturday decide who's going to lead the next night's chat. Mm-hmm. So we don't necessarily have to have it assigned, but just according to how you're feeling about the topic and how we know our availability will be about the topic. Is this something that either one of you would want to tackle? And I have no problem doing it. I just want to, if you're feeling like this is it, I want to do it, then we only want to assign it to people that are here so we all know that we're on the same page, if that makes sense.
I'll be honest, like sponsoring is my weakness, but I mean, I'm obviously trying, so I will have to say no because I not.
Love.
Fair.
I can do it.
Monty?
I can do it.
It's not about I can do it. Do you really want to do it? Are you
I don't mind. I mean, obviously it's not going to be by me and myself. We're all here together.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, you're the facilitator.
Just the facilitator, that's all.
Perfect. And then just know that it's the same link, push record, we'll download it. That's it. That's the only difference.
Hey, you know what? You guys are going to originate the Zoom call, the Zoom meeting, because I don't know what in the world was going on with my computer because I just downloaded that new system. So
why can't you control that?
Well, no, I know. So I think we can make you the administrator. All you have to do is click record and click not record.
Okay.
Then we do all the rest because we'll do it through our YouTube channel. Is that what you meant?
Well, if she clicks record, it's going to record to her computer.
Oh, can you? Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think
that's a good point. We record ours to our computer. If you can record yours to the cloud.
Why don't you just do, you guys.
I'll do the record.
Yeah, I'll feel better about that. Okay, and we're just going for 20 minutes.
Yep.
Only 20 minutes. So we'll talk about sponsoring points. And then we always start out, hey, how'd you feel about the first week? Raise your hand, show us yes, no, maybe. Did you get the dream board? How'd that go with your visual in front of you for this incentive and your 6-month dream board? Of which, holy cow, I got to do my dream board. I haven't done mine yet. I haven't even done the intro.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what the heck?
I know. You know what happened? And I'm not making an excuse because, I'm not shy. But I had the fun little, there was that chubby character who's so funny. Anyway, I had it all set for my director. And then my director, she's also my sponsor. She got brain cancer. She has stage 4 brain cancer this week. So I thought, that's not funny. I can't use that character. So now I'm trying, not that it matters, but I just got to look up. I don't know any other character that overcame adversity and thought they were going to die and then they're going to live because she is nowhere near Cinderella. And every time I think of Cinderella, I think of, No, what's the movie? Pretty Woman. Cinderella.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's on recording. But it's there, man. Cinderella.
I can edit that.
For the tune.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, so that'll be good. All right, what else? So we'll just, our check-in. We always start with hey, share how the week goes. And obviously not everyone gets to chat because it's only a 20-minute call.
So you're going to do the lead-in to start?
Me?
Do the, who's
Bonnie's doing the lead-in to start.
Okay.
All I'm going to do is push record on the other days. And the whole reason is so everyone starts buying into all the different styles of leadership and not thinking one person is a boss, but we're all leaders and they can be leaders.
So for consistency, whoever's leading each week will just do a review of the last week. How'd you feel about the last week? And then if there was a deliverable like the dream board to talk about that, right?
Yep.
Okay, you good with that, Bonnie, for this week?
Yep.
Okay, so what should the big takeaway be? So now they've showed their sponsoring points. Now what? So so we talked about last week how important the sponsoring was. We know they know it. So what is their focus this week on sponsoring that keeps them interactive on the Let's Go group?
You know who's Tiffany Buchanan with? Is she?
She's not with any of us. She's a 5 to us, so we're not paid on her.
I know, but here's the deal with her is she is killing it with sponsoring.
Yeah.
And it would be great to have her talk for 2 minutes about what in the world she's doing.
So maybe she could just go live during the week and do
how about
people share spam sponsoring examples on live videos throughout the week?
How about each one of us pick one of our sponsoring people? Or even if they're not sponsoring, they've sponsored. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think right now. I know all of us have at least one person who's lead and above. They sponsor someone. So they go live and talk about you, and this is flattering. We got to pick one person from our group or organization to go live, and we would like it to be you, and try to keep it. So what we found is when we tell them it only needs to be 2 minutes, maybe 3, it's okay if it goes longer, but they think, oh, I only have to do it for 2 minutes or 3. Okay. Because look at how many went long on the 30 seconds. We said, just share 30 seconds, and some of them were 9. One was 9 minutes. Michelle Martin, bless her heart.
So during the week, during the week, this is perfect because we used to try to do this, and it was great at team meetings. When we were doing live team meetings, we'd have everybody share an example of the last person they sponsored, or a sponsoring situation that most resonated with them or whatever. And what that did was everybody was like, oh, I didn't think I could talk to somebody that way, or I didn't think about so-and-so, my friend over here. I didn't, it just a lot of aha moments came from that. And then also sharing, well, why did you join? So, and how did they talk to you? Why did you come around to saying yes to be joining Sensi? So, those two things seem to really open up for people where they go, oh, well, I said yes. Well, how were you approached? How did you get drawn in? So I think if you can have people throughout the week going live, sharing real world examples of that, then other people will relate to, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. I should ask my sister who's in this situation because of blah, 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 blah. I never thought about that. Maybe this would be something, so it just raises a lot of opportunity I think people don't think about.
I have a thought, and it's out loud. What if each of us have one person a day? So like Michelle, yours will go one day. So then we know we're getting at least one video live every single day.
Okay.
And then if one of us feels inspired, then we can go live on any of those days. But we should have at least one live team member a day.
That sounds good.
So is that
everybody in the group has listened to a sponsoring video, right? They couldn't
No, that's on our team.
Oh, that was on our team.
That was for our. Oh wait, did you guys do that too?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
So they've all had some sponsoring training. So now we can give them real world examples as maybe a next step this week.
So our job as their facilitating leader or their leader of their Let's Go group, of the Let's Go participation, we want to coach our team member, and I'll coach Tiffany, even though she's not just a 5 level, she's a 5 generation, but doesn't matter. She's in the group because she did everything needed. And I PM'd her and said, hey, if you want to get your director involved, you can. If not, no big deal. I'll be your director. And so what I'm going to do with Tiffany is coach her and tell her she's not allowed to say, oh, I don't do anything special. We really want them to dissect and visualize, why did you join? How did you join? And what was the conversation? So they can really, so we get some.
She's inspiring too. I mean, a single mom of 2.
Yeah.
And especially what's going on here in the state of California for our schools. Yeah. Right. I mean, that's something I've been like, whew, okay.
Well, who's the gal in the group who sponsored 4 people and then all 4 of her people?
That's ours.
Is that yours?
It's a surprise.
And then all 4 of her people sponsored somebody.
Francis Puopolo.
Oh, okay.
So you want to talk about incentive points. Imagine if you sponsored 4 people and then those 4 people sponsored 4 people. So now they're all in a position to rank advance. So now not only can you get certified points, if they all
going to Fiji.
Does that relate to like 20 new team members?
Not yet. No, they didn't know. He's thinking, who he's thinking of is, I think, Tina Doble sponsored 2, and both of them sponsored 2.
Oh.
The Australian.
She's doing really good too.
So that's
and
enough to
Francis, well,
expand.
because Francis sponsored 4 last month. So we
Wow.
broke down her incentive. She could totally she can earn level 4 as a brand newbie, as a lead, starting at lead, I believe.
That's awesome.
So she'll definitely be one of the ones that we chat with.
So when they share examples like that, it's great for us to pop in on the
On the
comments
interactions.
and
Okay.
talk about the actual point potential that is there in a situation like that. For example, like for her, I mean, she can get 4,000 points for those 4 people getting certified. Then they all sponsor somebody and get to lead. There's another 4,000 points. So there's 8,000 sponsoring points from those 4 people. And she sponsored 4, so it's not like she had to sponsor 8. She sponsored 4, got them to lead. And oh, by the way, what if they all got to star during the fall season? There's 12,000 sponsoring points from those 4 people she sponsored.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this could be another thing that all of us leaders do. So we know every leader will, each one of us will choose one person, and then we'll designate a day of the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, so somebody has Monday, somebody has Tuesday, somebody has Wednesday. So you guys get to pick first.
I'll do Tuesday. We'll do Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday is the James group. Okay.
Yes.
I don't care. Just assign me a day because I'll just have Lindsay do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just tell
So
me.
how about you do Monday? Because then we know these 2 are, well, you guys will get the mojo going.
Yeah.
So Bonnie has Monday. And then those of you listening to the recording, just give us a shout out what days you want to, and then we'll let you know what's taken. So each of us will do that. And then to piggyback off of what Ken said, you know how all of us seem to go on to the groups at different times, and each one of us, as we see these great live videos or anybody's posts, because anybody can go live, we're personally going to invite one team member and tell them why and flatter them and why they're going live about sponsoring and how it worked, etc. But all of us, as you see that post, then you remind them about their incentive points, just like Ken said. Oh my gosh, you just got this many incentive points. Do you realize if this, then this many incentive points? So all of our interactions every single week that could be an incentive point. That could be sponsoring points. Did you know that when this happens, then you're going to get incentive points? So if we're constantly interacting with that mindset of incentive points, then it's going to be bred in them.
Well, you
Love
got to tie activity to points. They got to understand if I can do these things, it means these points. If I get this to happen, it means these points. So the more they're thinking about this activity could lead to these points, the more they're going to earn those points. So,
And we're wanting to do just giving them a 2-minute, hey, just go live for 2 minutes, right?
Yeah. Don't you think? Do you think that's good?
Yes. I just wanted to let them know.
Yeah. And literally, if you just tell them 2 minutes, then hopefully they'll stick to 2 minutes because it helps the reader too, or the watcher. But it's okay if they go longer.
Yeah,
but
okay.
don't tell them that.
Yeah. That's the reason it didn't work in our team meetings, is we'd say, okay, you have 2 minutes to do blah, blah, blah. And then, 8 minutes into it, you just feel guilty cutting them off. And it's like, but if they go live on the video, I'll let them ramble on, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay. So is this good for tomorrow?
Yeah. I mean,
Anything else?
we basically have a nebulous of it, and we just kind of play off of what people are saying, and right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Super good. Simple.
Okay, so then as we started with the video, I started our little call right now. So Ken and I keep track of numbers because we're really, really big on numbers. Don't lie. Really big on tracking, and I never liked to be, but now I love it, huh, honey? Ken will tell you, I'm all, oh no, I looked at the numbers, or oh no, I want to see the numbers, because it really, to me, it takes all the subjectivity out. So Ken created this super interactive, fun spreadsheet. So all of us leaders, and it doesn't matter if you're doing the Let's Go group or not, all of us can track who's doing the incentive. And if you don't know on your team who literally is working for the incentive, then they're probably not going to work the incentive because they won't have your support. So our challenge to you is figure out who on your organization is working for this incentive, ultimately targeting your front line. And if you're not targeting your front line, knowing that they're wanting the incentive, then you're not really wanting to grow, and we're not able to help you. Sorry. So you can switch places so you can do it, and I have it up for you to screen share.
Okay.
All right.
So the goal here The goal is to try and identify correlating metrics that tell us if we do these things as leaders, we will have more people earn the incentive. And obviously the value of having more of our people earn the incentive is it puts us in a better position to earn incentives and puts us in a better position to rank advance, in a better position to grow, and a better position to grow our compensation. All the variables all play together. You guys know that. So where is
Green, the green, oh, go up to Bonnie's picture. Green share screen.
Oh yeah, I know that, but where's the, okay.
And then it'll come up right there, Chrome.
This one here.
Mm-hmm. And then you pick it. I can double click that there. And then it's right there.
This one here.
Yep.
Okay, hold on, let me.
Blow it up.
Okay.
Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so the idea here is that we keep track of the people that we've got into the program.
That you know have qualified, not who want to.
So they're in the group. They're in the group, the Let's Go group. Who the leader is. So like these are.
So you'll put yours in here, and it automatically enters and saves it for all of us to see.
So what'll happen is I'll share this with you. You'll get a link, and when you click on the link, this will come up on your computer in your browser, and then you can go in here and add your people here, put you as the team, as their team leader, and then these are little drop down boxes, so you can put what their current title is.
You see the drop downs? That's huge. Then you don't have to type it in. It won't let you type it in if there's a drop down. And we did the drop downs, Ken did, because we thought it was going to help us all be the most consistent in tracking all the numbers in the end.
Nice.
Okay, so let's do an example here.
Okay, let's add one of yours, Michelle.
Angel.
Angel Stevens. How do you spell Stevens?
T-H-E-N-S.
Angel, like that.
P-H.
Oh, P-H.
That's all right.
Like that?
No, that was
Yeah.
him.
I know.
I get that right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you put your name in.
Okay.
Put James. Sorry. All right. What was her current title when she started this incentive? In June. Okay.
Star consultant.
Star. How many frontline does she have? So if you did in June, like June 1st. So you don't have to know that right now, Michelle.
Okay. Okay.
But see how, I didn't know it. I had to look them all
Yeah,
up.
you got to look them up.
Yeah.
The idea is.
But that's, you enter on your own.
So
Okay.
the idea is that we have a starting status, and then you'll see over here, a little further over here,
Highlight that column.
where it says final results.
Yeah.
So then we'll be able to tell who rank advanced to a new title,
At the end.
how many new frontline they have, how big their team has grown.
And this will be done around the first week of January, because this goes till the end of December. You guys follow that part? Okay, good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're just capturing where they at when they started the program, how many frontline they have, how many team they have.
And the team, so to highlight that, so you can look at the ones that we've entered so far. It is fascinating to see how many frontline they have and how many team members, because if their entire team is all frontline, which we're talking smaller groups right here, but that's great, then it's going to tell you right away, oh, they're doing all the sponsoring, so I want to work one-to-one with Monique to help guide her team members to learn how to sponsor, because she's doing all the work, and she's never going to grow as much as she wants if she doesn't continue to grow wide, but teach her wide to go deep.
She'll have a challenge of being able to rank advance, right? So the data will tell us what's going on here. Okay, then we will want to capture, okay, well, what was her goal? So do you know what her goal is? What level?
She said level 2.
Okay.
Level 2. So
then we don't even have to know the points, because it's all. So
Right there.
here's what was fun about doing this, you guys. Look at the point requirements for sponsoring. It never goes higher than 11,000.
Okay.
So one thing that we've been working with our participants is, no matter what you're going for, go for 11,000 sponsoring points, no matter what.
Right.
Because for level 3, 4, 5, and 6, all they need is 11,000 sponsor points. And if you can kind of train and guide with that mentality alone of 11,000 sponsor points, then the chances are those newbies, especially essentials, leads, essentials, certified, and leads absolutely have the biggest challenge by far to earn this incentive for 2. They can definitely do it for 1, but man, if they're going for 11,000 sponsor points and the breakdowns that we did with our one-to-ones with them, it can happen.
Okay, so the way these 3 columns work is you got levels 1 through 6, right, in the incentive period. And then this correlates to the total points for each one of the levels. Required. Okay, and then like Danette said, it's 4,600 for 1, 82 for level 2, 11,000 for level 3 or more. Okay. So if they say I'm going for level 6, then it would just be 11,000 here.
Just.
Okay. All right, and then this actual column allows us to kind of keep an eye on how they're going over the course of the program. So if they are going for level 5 and we're 5 months into the program and they need 79,000 points and they're at 12,000, we know they may not make their goal, right?
So is there a drop down in actual?
Their actual level. So if somebody
that's at the end then.
If somebody actually earns a level, then you would put that in there.
And how many points they ended up with?
No, this is during the program, not the end.
Why?
So let's say in what month are we in? What is
August?
August. So let's say in October, let's take the first person here. Amanda is going for level 1, and she hasn't earned any level yet, but she's got 17,000 points and 3,000 sponsor points.
Okay.
So you'd put that in there so we would know where we need to work with that person to get them to their goal level, which is 20,000 total points and 4,600 sponsor.
So we've got to add, that's got to accumulate monthly.
Yes.
Well, it doesn't, you don't add it together. It's where they're at so far.
But you want to update it monthly if there's a change.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Sponsor points interactive.
And then when we're,
good. Okay, sponsor points we can put in there every month. It's not a drop down.
right.
Meaning that's not set.
So the idea of this actual is for us as leaders to keep an eye on how our people are doing over the course of the program. Are they progressing or not? Mm-hmm. And then the next set of columns over, the next 3, are really about us trying to find some correlation. At the end of the day, what it would be great to do is to sort this data by those who earned their goal or earned the incentive and see if there's a correlation between their interaction, how often they're involved in the weekly Zoom calls, and the one-on-ones that they're doing with their directors. So the idea here, and any other metrics we can think of. So we may come along, we may be
you guys, if you think of one.
We may be 2 months into this and go, you know what? The people who are moving up and hitting their numbers are the ones that are doing this. Let's track that. And then we'll add a column and we'll add more metrics that we can track so that we can be able to go, these are the things we got to make sure people are doing. You know, the people who were involved early on in sponsoring or something, maybe that's, you know, a key metric that we want to track or something like that. I don't know. So like I said, the goal is,
let us know if something pops.
Is to somehow be able to say, if we as leaders do these things, we increase the success of our people earning the incentives, which helps us obviously with our businesses too.
So go up to the first one, click on Amanda. I'm sorry, on the pink column, one-to-ones. Okay. So it's a drop down. So our thought was, and this has kind of been the pattern for our one-to-ones, when we do a one-to-one conversation with our team members, we send them a Google form to fill out so they are actually writing down information, and then I print it and keep it in their folder. And when they accomplish what our challenge was, then they contact us for another one-to-one. So it's not do this, show me this, and then it's no, it's not. I don't even need you to show me, but you said you're wanting to sponsor. We talked this whole conversation, 15-minute call for sponsoring. So when you've sponsored your next 2 people, then give me a shout out and we'll do another call. It's been happening about once every 2 months. So we put, all right, well, at the end, when we see who's grown, did they have one one-to-one coaching call? 2 one-to-one coaching call between now and December, or 3 or more between, because then we'll know that they were working with us, and it doesn't mean we have all the answers, but at least it knows that they're reaching out to try to see. So the only reason why I put 0 on Amanda's and not on Lori's, Monique's, and Tina's is because I was playing with that, and I didn't know how to make it go back. They all have a one-to-one scheduled, but then and then if I already have one with them, we've already talked about it. So then the weekly Zoom. So there's 21 weeks, but we put 20. So we can literally just keep track of our people. How many times did they literally attend one of the Sunday night Zooms?
So everybody you put in here who was on this last Sunday would have a 1 by them. Okay. Right?
And then if they listen to the recording too, you put a 1.
Yeah, and then everybody who attends this tomorrow, that was also on last week's, then you go through the spreadsheet, change that to a 2. That makes sense?
Yeah. Hey, back up a second to your one-to-ones. Would you be willing to share your document with what you're doing on that?
What do you mean?
You said you had Google Documents for your people.
You have that all, Bonnie. I sent it to you. Yeah, for sure. But I'll send it again. It literally is the for each level they are. I send them that, and then as soon as they hit that level, they.
Oh. Yes, I know what you mean.
And then there's the just the regular check-in one-to-one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, is the regular check-in one, because the different level ones, I know where that is.
They're all in the same. They're all together. Folder.
Okay. Okay.
And then interaction is just low, medium, high. That's just your own sense of I mean, it's very subjective, but if you feel like this person has really been engaged and active on the Let's Go page, or with you personally, or PMing or whatever, or you never see them, they're never on the Let's Go page, and
they're not doing one-to-one.
They're not doing one. Just there's not a lot of interaction, and you would rate them low, and then again that helps us correlate. Is it the people who are really active in the group that are the ones earning their goals, or is it the one, or is that not a relevant factor? For example, it could be that. Some people are just self-motivated. I don't need to be in a group. I don't need to be part of that, and I'm hitting my numbers. So, we'll be able to see some correlations like that.
Yeah, great.
Okay, and then the final results are the same thing, same as these other 3 columns on the start status at the very beginning. But that's just to be able to compare and go, okay, did they rank advance? How many new frontline did they grow to? How big did their team grow to? And then correlate that to how they earned their incentive levels. And then this is just a notes area where we can put general comments about.
And that's, for us, whatever. Just if obviously if they drop off the face of the earth, then we might know why. So we could say family tragedy, or man, they earned the level 2 by end of October, or any notes that you think that would help you as you're growing as a leader to coach the next group of incentive earners.
Well, or along the way too. So for example, you might have somebody here who's got going for level 1, they have 27,000 points and they have 2,000 sponsor points, and you might just put a note in there that I've got to really work on them, focus on getting those sponsor points, for example, so you can evaluate each one of your people. So if you had 8 or 10 or 12 people in the program, you'd be able to keep track of what I need to pay attention to as a leader to help them the most.
And you guys can print this, of course, but just know everything that you enter in it gets updated in real time for all of us to see once you get this link. Okay?
Yeah, you'll see as we're changing things, you'll see it. As you're changing things, we'll see it. It's all one collaboration sheet that we're all participating in.
And we can access this on our leadership page, correct?
No, I will.
We're going to send you the link.
Oh yeah, I guess I can just put it on M&Ms. Yeah, we can just put the link on M&Ms. Yep, and then you guys can do it there. Yep.
And I'm going to do both though, just because, so it doesn't get buried.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good thought. Okay, and so right now, is there anything that you see that you would think, I'd like to keep track of this? Let's see if that's jumping out at you.
That needs to be added?
Uh-huh.
No, I think it's great.
Not at this time, okay.
Yeah, let's play with it, and then we can evolve as we go.
Yeah, and I think this is going to also give us a lot of idea of where we need to head weekly with our meetings. I mean, we can we get a good overview of what people maybe might need. And of course, we'll ask weekly, I would think.
See some
too.
common trends.
Oh,
Yeah, we
you know
might see
what?
common trends. That's very true. Yeah.
I have an idea that we could add like to the bottom maybe, so it's not, or another column. What was the week's focus? So then when we go do this next year or next time, we're going to see week 1 was vision and dream board. Week 2, sponsoring. Week 3, what? And then maybe maybe we'll see a correlation. Because if something's actually showed nothing, then why do it?
Right.
Week 1 was the dream board.
Dream and vision. It was all about their dream board and their vision. He doesn't get it.
2 is, yeah, that's fine. We get what it means.
He doesn't get it. There's a difference between dream and vision. There is a difference.
Well, we don't have to reinvent the wheel too. And it'll be fun to compare year over year and see how things go.
Week 2 is sponsoring. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, see? So as we go, we might think of things that will help us going forward on the next incentive, because literally this is something, there's no reason why. And if you guys have nothing else to go on, then teaching our team members, no matter what level, no matter what rank, no matter how long they've been with us, to learn how to be a leader. It was our walkie-talkie this morning. The book is Go Un-F Yourself that I've been reading.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen people reading that one.
Yeah, and I don't know why when I was reading it, I don't know why it just went, oh my gosh, we just need everyone to be a leader. Don't get so hung up on being a rank advancer and a sponsor. Just learn how to lead, because then everything will come.
Well, and we all lead in different ways, and people see it as a different, I mean, not leading like a team, but people in your daily life stuff.
Right. Yeah.
I am here to tell you, I have 2 teachers on my team, and neither one of them want to lead. They were both physical education teachers, that see hundreds of kids, and they don't want to lead. They're done with that. But that might change. They might just need a break. And that might change, because they're pretty much both of them natural leaders, and it amazes me. Can't help but giggle.
All right. Well, so we'll put the link what am I trying to say? I'll sign on a little early tomorrow, and just like I did today, and then you can start it whenever, Bonnie, the
Recording.
The call, but you guys have to remind me to push record.
Okay.
I'll get that on my.
All right. So I think we're done with the recording for now, and then we can do our small talk if you have any other questions on what we just covered.
No.
So we have what we're going to do for the week. I just am double checking here, because I probably have just forgotten what we want them to do. Do we want them writing down how many people they are talking to? So see, I probably lost this concept.
You're going to pick one team member. Each leader will pick one team member to go live about all their sponsoring. And then anybody on our team is encouraged to go live for the week's challenge. And all of us are going to interact throughout every post about how their activity is equaling points toward the incentive. And on the call tomorrow, we're going to have them show a sign, write it down really quick, and then in a few seconds, you're going to ask them to show how many points are you going for?
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
just sponsoring points.
Right.
And on the backside, is it achievable or not? Is that what we?
No, what's their confidence level?
Confidence level.
Confidence level, and we can either do a thumbs up,
Or,
thumbs down, or that. Maybe just do that.
Do that instead of on the sheet. Very confident.
Yeah.
Good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Not confident. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. And then, do we want them to? Is it too much to have them do like a? What's their game plan? I mean, do you have you have your blessing book, there's the tree, there's the list of 100, there's the, or is that not as relevant? Are you going to use, is the focus on, I'm going to book a lot of parties and then go for a bunch of earn-a-kits? what about their game plan? Maybe we call on a few people who are confident and say, yeah, I'm confident, if there are any, and we say, okay, well, how do you see earning your sponsoring points, and have them share? What do you think?
Yeah, and then Bonnie, I think you can decide that on times, because as long as we stay to 20 minutes. So if there's time, that would be great. If not, maybe we push the next week is all about how do you keep track of all these people that you meet in sponsored lists?
Yeah, I'm thinking that they need more homework other than just adding on, or like if Lindsay goes live and then other people comment about it, and maybe I'm not understanding, but they need to have a goal, or they need to have a goal of maybe talking to 2 people, meeting 2 people, doing something like that. So we're kind of giving them that push.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I'm thinking.
Week 2, find 2.
There you go.
Week 2, meet 2 new strangers, and then all of us will talk about what it means to write their name down. Because remember, I was telling you how often they think, well, I didn't write their name down because I didn't talk to them about Scentsy. Well, you met them, so write them down, and then you might get the opportunity to talk about Scentsy.
And that's a carryover, germinate.
Right.
Anyway. Yeah, we've got plenty to cover in 20 minutes.
Okay, so before we let you go, I just forgot because I didn't look at my notes. On the group, and oh shoot, yeah, this is so fun. I forgot to mention it last week. But in the Let's Go group, you know how you can tag keywords to alert? So as an administrator, I think we all get, when this word is used, like most people put cuss words and then we get alerted and so we can go delete it. But we have it set up to the word can't.
Oh.
If somebody uses the word can't, we get alerted, and then we go into our conversation about, can't. We don't have to highlight them. I mean, if you know them, then it's fun, of course. But either personally, or I think both. I'm going to personally reach out to mine and say, hey, you said you can't find something. Can't means you quit, you don't care, and you give up, because we're not using the word can't. And it's all about getting that mindset wrapped around how we self-talk. If they say, I can't sponsor, I can't do parties, I need help, I can't, oh, shoot, I love how you said you need help, but can't means you quit, you don't care, and you give up. So what was another way that you could have just left that? And that is the training conversations that we want to start getting into. So I've only had one so far, but we didn't mention it. I forgot.
But it reminds me of when we were a kid, we used to say, you ain't supposed to say ain't because it ain't right.
It ain't.
Yeah.
Well, Bonnie, you've got my attention as far as do we have a good action item for them to have to accomplish during the week?
Yeah.
Do we?
I think so. I mean, we can't just leave them hanging because a lot of them aren't going to do anything. So I'm just thinking, okay, Lindsay goes live and talking about her stuff for 2 minutes, and which she's,
to me, that's a training thing. That's not a going and earning the incentive thing.
Right, and that's why I think we've got to push them.
Yeah, we need a push to earn the incentive activity that they need to do this week, and then, like you said, have 2 business-oriented conversations with 2 people this week.
Wait, is that the conversation? Is it
I'm just throwing
to
out.
have business conversation? It's week 2, find 2. So is it to have a conversation or to meet a new person?
Just, I think meet a new person. And if you have that conversation, great.
Okay. What do you think, Michelle?
I think we should, I can meet 2 new people every day just because of what I do, but I think we need to make it intentional. So it's either, obviously, like, I have to reach out right now and try to find new people to host parties. So it's either that, and also look at the people I want to sponsor or who I've reached out to not before this incentive. So I think it needs to be intentional as far as we need to, the sponsoring thing, because that's our big points right there, I think.
So I love that. So it made me think of, so see, you just inspired me by your share. What if it's week 2, book 2?
Yeah, because here, like, we can either set it up. Yeah, I'm with you because I'm trying to set up hostesses for September, but I'm still trying to focus on August.
Book two,
because you can host Earn a Kid 'em or gift them.
Or
Yep, that's
we
true.
need, or
Good
we need
idea.
points from sales too. So
Yep, good idea.
your party hosts are your best sponsoring potentials.
And remember,
too.
we said you're in this group because you agreed to be stretchy. You agreed to get outside of your comfort zone and not say quit or can't. So yeah, great. I love that. Do you feel good about that, Bonnie?
Yeah.
We do book too.
And then share on the Let's Go page when you get your 2 booked.
Okay.
Sponsoring has always been our biggest, downfall. Getting people to join and
But we've
Ours too.
I can't keep reminding her. I'm like, throw a join flyer in.
But see, we've been so blessed that people are asking to join. Like my last teammate, Christine Vennard.
Yeah.
She wanted to sign up. And so
because of something you were sharing though.
It's not blessed. It's something triggered that you did.
Right.
Sure, you're doing something right by just. Your VIP group is freaking amazing. So, was she on that group?
Oh yeah,
she's been in there a while.
She's been in there for a long time, and so it's like a lot of these people, and that's just it. It's just like that's why it's like I don't reach out to people to join. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, but now I'm trying to go here, join with this kit. She didn't want to do the join kit. She wanted the full $99 kit.
Yeah.
So this, again, yes, I am sharing it. But it's just like, I'm not.
And that's the little things, like that's how you build this momentum for earning these incentives, because you earn the first incentive and then you post all these pictures of all this great stuff that you're getting treated as a VIP, as a Sensei consultant, earning a trip. Then other people on your VIP page are going, well, gosh, I want that too, so you get that FOMO thing going.
But see, what you're doing, Michelle, I think is this great lie. It's so powerful. You're not asking people to join. You're showing them the lifestyle that they decide that they want it. So you really are inviting people to join just from your own natural ability that you have learned to share your love and excitement for all the time.
That's sponsoring activity.
I love that.
Yeah.
You may not think it is because you're not pushing them hard enough.
Or because you're not asking.
Because you're not asking, but that is sponsoring related activity.
I love that.
And we've been trying to, and our little leader in our group is telling that. We see the teammates post daily, and it's like, join my team. It's like, I just cringe when I see that with everybody's direct sale business, with that kind of business. I'm like, God.
Right. Who wants that? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing to think about too is, December 31st comes pretty fast. And so this is like front loading.
Yes.
That's why we're pushing it now.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, and then one thing to noodle on between this whole time, it would be kind of fun for our group, our Let's Go group, to do a booking blitz sometime throughout the next month or so.
Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe that's the following week. Maybe that's
we can decide.
Get them really focused on sponsoring, and then we really
or booking parties to sponsor.
Yeah.
I'd love to have. I wonder if it would make sense this week if there's somebody who's really well versed in how to has been successful in using the Earn a Kit or flipping parties, or somebody like Tiffany maybe who sponsored a bunch of people. How did that happen? Is it, it's kind of, maybe we'll get that from their sharing. We can ask them to elaborate. So somebody says, the last person I got was my party host. We did blah, 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 blah. And then I did the Earn a Kit then with them. And then, maybe that'll happen. It's just part of the process this week.
Hey, I was going to contact Tiffany. I was going to contact her and say, would you mind spending, 2 minutes talking about, because she is.
You should have her do that on your team page anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this week we'll have her chat about, and she was the one I was thinking of when I said, don't tell people you don't do anything. I didn't tell her this, but I'm going to walk her through. We really want to know how the conversation went, because I don't do anything special. I just post on Facebook, and then she joined because she was asked to have the party gifted to her. So she integrates that. And you know what this also made me think of is that, we're all connected somehow, some way with other leaders. It doesn't just have to be within our group, but I think it would be a fun little exclusive offering for those in the Let's Go group. If we had Jason Harwood come on one week and do a fun little chit chat, because he would do that in a heartbeat, and things like that come up. And if there's anyone in this Sensei world that any of us can think of that's rocking in this world, hey, we'll get them on too. We'll get them in this Let's Go group.
We can have guest presenters for sure.
Yeah.
Guest speakers. Yes.
There was a gal last Sunday who was driving in her car, and I don't know whose team she's on, but she was driving in her car, and she was one that sponsored a lot of people recently, and we were asking, and I can't remember who she was.
I think that was that Puopolo girl. How do you say her name?
It's Italian.
Yeah, she's not Italian.
Well, this Frances gal.
I'll have to check back.
Frances is Hispanic, but she married an Italian.
Yeah, she's not either. But okay, I'll look back and see, because she was driving her car.
And she was in our team on Team Talk?
She was on the Let's Go.
Oh, Let's Go.
She was in our group last Sunday.
Okay, okay, cool.
Yeah. Don't you think that's the Puopolo, or however you say her name, girl?
I guess we'll find out. It's Puopolo or Puopolo online, but her real last name is Lopez. Her maiden name is Lopez. But she comes up as Puopolo. But you'll know, Michelle, and let us know. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I'll look.
Because she joined in June and has a team of, well, you saw her on there. I think, what does she have, 7?
Wow, that's great.
And Tiffany joined in May and has a team of 23.
Jeez.
Or something.
That's awesome.
Where is Frances from? What state is she in?
California.
Oh, they're both California, huh?
I know, right? California's got some room to grow.
Yep, that's true.
Okay.
All right, then. All right, you guys. We can't wait to play tomorrow night.
Yep.
Yeah, ask any questions as they come up for Shizzle, but it's going to be a fun week just watching all of the interaction on how to grow points. That's our big focus.
Yes.
Week 2, book 2. All right,